Hi guys, this is Tracy and I'm going to share with you guys the process for this layout that I'm doing. I'm going to start by making a photo strip out of the pictures that didn't turn out. This was at my daughter's birthday at Montana's restaurant, and I was trying to take a picture of my whole family with my iPhone, and my arms just weren't long enough to get us all in it. And so we were sitting around a big table of people, and so finally it occurred to me to just pass the camera to someone else. And so that's what this layout is about. It's about, the dinner, but also just kind of that funny memory of realizing that, you don't always have to do it yourself. So right here I've got the Studio Calico Block Party kit, which is the January kit, and I don't have any add-ons, so there's not a whole lot to choose from, which kind of is nice. These pictures posed a bit of a challenge for me because they were taken in a fairly dark restaurant with my iPhone, so it's not the greatest camera for dark situations. And so the picture, and it's also very wooden in there. There's wooden walls and wooden tables and stuff. So the pictures have a lot of orange hue to them. But I was wearing this turquoise sweater, and so this triangle paper, which is by American Crafts and came in the kit, really kind of picked up on the turquoise in my sweater, but it also provided a bit of balance to the orange because it's just kind of an opposite color. I think of it as an opposite color. I don't. So I'm just looking for some oranges to bring into the layout because there's just so much orange in the pictures that I don't want the pictures to really kind of stand out as being so orangey. So I just kind of felt like if I could have some balance. So I had that first diagonal strip is just from the bottom of one of the pieces of paper in the kit. I don't even remember if it was from the bottom of that green triangle paper or not. Um, and there's a couple of other strips there. But then I took a piece of that colorful Amy Tangerine Ready Set Go paper with the strips on it that came in a Studio Calico kit a couple of months ago. I'm outlining my papers. And oh, the other thing that you'll notice is that the background paper that I chose to use has a swatch cut out of it. And that's because I used it for another element in the first layout that I did with this kit. And I kind of felt like when I was doing that I might regret it because I had a feeling I would like to use this for a background paper, but I cut it anyways, and I thought maybe I can still use it as a background. And so you'll see what I'm going to do later to make it to kind of incorporate that into the design. So here I am taking some strips I ended up taking a single orange strip from that Amy Tangerine paper instead of using the multicolor strip. And then I took a piece of orangey red wood grain washi tape, and then I layered a strip of black and white striped washi tape that I just kind of tore so that it would have a bit of a jaggedy edge on it. And then I didn't want to use the exact same tape on the top. I wanted actually a lighter top, but a lighter tape, but I still wanted it to be black and white, so I chose that chevron because it's just a lighter tape. And so I'm just layering a bunch of strips here. I'm not going to end up using those cameras, although I like them. I wanted a camera motif somewhere on this layout because it's about taking a picture and pass. Well, it's about, I was trying to take a picture of my family in the restaurant, and my arm wasn't long enough for us to all kind of fit in nicely. And then suddenly it occurred to me that, there were a lot of other people sitting around the table that could have taken our picture. So I handed it across the table, and my sister-in-law got a really nice shot. So um, that's what the idea is behind this one. So now I've got a bunch of stickers out that I am trying to decide on. I want to layer some stickers, and I took out my sassafras ones because they're giant, and it's hard to find really, really big label stickers. So I pulled out some of my old sassafras 12 by 12, which I always forget to use because they're 12 by 12. They're at the very bottom of my sticker drawer. So I pulled out that nice blue one, or green, or whatever that color is. And I'm just pop dotting these two labels. The rest of the labels there, I believe, are all from crepe paper, although that oval one might be from October Afternoon. So that's kind of the structure of my layout, and now I'm going to have my title go across those labels. And I'm just going to kind of try to make it fit. At this point, I don't know what font I'm going to use or where what words are going to go. But usually what I like to do when I'm figuring out how to do a title is think about what word I want to have the most emphasis, and do that one first, or decide which fonts I want to use and do all of one font and then leave space for another font. So I kind of, depending on what it is I'm doing, I do my titles differently. So in this case, I knew I wanted the title to be all black, but I didn't necessarily need it to be all the same font, so I pulled out a couple of different black ones. So it's give the camera to someone else, and I knew the word someone couldn't be in that same foam daiquiri letter stickers because it would be way too big, so I think those ones are called Delight, the smaller black foam ones. So I left out the smaller words because I'm going to be putting those in afterwards with a different font. So, and there I'm thinking about using those black letters, and then I decide not to. So now I'm bringing some more of that orangey pinky color in, using those October Afternoon Mini Market letter stickers. I thought about using that camera washi tape, but I couldn't figure out how to get to work, so I'm pretty sure I didn't use it at all. Just kind of fiddling with the placement of these letters so that the L will fit and not scooch too much into the word someone. And I think the way, even though I didn't plan it this way, I think the way that I laid out those labels worked out really well. I kind of figured I'd lay out the labels and then work around the labels with my title, and I think it worked out okay. It doesn't always work out okay. There's lots of times that I can't use the title I want because I didn't do that right. But I'm not much of a planner, so I just kind of have to go with what I've got. So then I just wrote in my own handwriting. Sometimes you just have to give the camera to someone else. So I'm looking at my flare and trying to, I knew I had some camera flare and I wanted to have a camera motif, so I picked an Avalicious flare, and then I have a Cat Scrappiness felt camera that I've got another flare in the center of. And then I took that, that's also an Avalicious, I believe that's an Avalicious flare there with the chevron shape on it. I can't remember who made which of those flares. Yeah, I didn't write it down. So now I'm just spreading some wood veneers around the layout in a couple of different places, and I am thinking about what I'm going to do because I basically wanted to anchor that camera so it wasn't just floating there, so I wanted a few other things there. So I put another label sticker from one of those crepe paper sticker sets, and another crepe paper sticker. I'm going to cover up the word hello with, it turns out I'm going to cover it up with that flare badge. Then I have another camera sticker. All of these stickers seem to be from various crepe paper collections. Love crepe paper stickers. They're so colorful and nice. So that sticker that I'm placing right now says Birthday Girl, and I wanted it somewhere on this layout because even though it's not necessarily about the fact that it was Sophie's birthday, it was Sophie's birthday, so I wanted that to kind of show. So I put that pink banner down there, and I'm just putting a couple of other banners around the camera just to kind of beef it up a little bit so that the camera isn't so lonely. Those are Soho Garden stickers that I was looking at. And here's an October Afternoon sticker that says Smile. I think that's from the Midway collection. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to place this. There we go. That's where I decided to put it. And where that one says Smile, it kind of goes with my camera picture taking theme on this one. Layered another sticker behind those two stickers below, and now I'm just kind of moving around that hello sticker to be in the place that I want it to be. I added another little camera down there in the corner, which I moved from above. That's the nice thing about those crepe paper stickers is that they're not terribly sticky, so you can move them around a little bit. So now I'm just gluing down the felt camera with some glossy accents, and I go light on the glossy accents because I don't want to soak the felt all the way through or else you can see it. And now I'm going to mist this camera, it looks like. I'm not sure which. Oh, I'm using I think that's called Cinder, and it's a glimmer mist. I'm not sure why I went with a glimmer mist instead of a Mr. Huey's, but I did. And so that gives it a bit of a gray look, and layered my flare badge on top of it. That is an Evilicious flare badge, as is the one above it, and also I think the one in the middle of the camera is also from Evilicious. I could be wrong about that. So I'm trying really hard to get that camera strip on there, but I don't think it's going to make it. I can't quite remember. I wanted to add the little number 6 there because Sophie was turning 6, but I didn't like it. I couldn't figure out a place that I wanted it to go, so I scratched that idea. And now I'm just going to put one of these female potty people on here. I love those icon people. They're one of my favorite kinds of wood veneers. So I'm going to spray her with the same black glimmer mist that I used on the camera. And I'm letting it soak in a little bit more, so she's going to be a little bit darker than the camera is. I think I would have preferred for the camera to be darker too, as kind of I just wanted more black elements because I had some black washi tape, and that camera is such a heavy element, and then the words are in black, so just wanted a little bit more black. And now I'm going to cut a piece of, well, I've already cut a piece of vellum, which I am going to ink with this pattern. This is a stamp that came with the Studio Calico kit. It might have been the March kit or the April kit of last year. It was one of the first stamps I got from Studio Calico, so that's why I remember it so well. And I'm just laying that into the insert so that it just gives a little bit of interest up in the top corner. And then I glued the potty lady in place there. And I took another strip of that green triangle paper that's elsewhere in the layout, and I'm going to actually cut out the green triangles and put them in place so it kind of mimics the pattern paper below, but it's not exactly the same piece of paper. So I'm going to layer another piece of that wood grain orangey red washi tape, and along with another piece of the chevron gray and black washi tape. And then I'm going to put a row of those triangles up there, and then I'm going to put little tiny attacher staples over each of the triangles just to add a tiny bit of interest up to that top corner, so it doesn't look like I accidentally used a piece of paper that had a cut out of it, which of course is exactly what I did use, which is exactly what did happen. But I just didn't want to make it obvious. I wanted it to make it look like that was kind of part of my design plan. So that's what the top corner ended up looking like. I like the little heart in the wood grain peeking through. And here's the title. I really like how the title turned out on this one. And a little cluster of camera motifs right there. And then there's my very orangey pictures in my blooper reel. And some more stickers at the bottom, and I spread the enamel dots throughout. One is inside of a camera lens and the rest are kind of spread around the layout. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. There's more close-ups at the end of this video. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know.